Police officers often think they're above the law and that they have the right to do whatever they want. Today we're going to watch the best footage of female officers who went too far with their aggression, and some of them should have been fired immediately. So let's go. Officer Christy Newman initiated a traffic stop on a truck for running a stop sign. Upon approaching the vehicle, Officer Newman promptly expressed dissatisfaction about the tinted windows, claiming it was difficult to see the driver. After explaining the reason for the stop, she requested the driver's license to issue a ticket. During the license check, it was discovered that the woman behind the wheel had a suspended driver's license.
Hello. Hey. Does that roll down? It's dark. Alright. You got your driver's license? Alright. The reason why I pulled you over is you didn't stop at that stop sign. She was shocked as to why she got pulled over.
She was?
She didn't even see that was a stop sign, apparently. She's like, Gotcha. Oopsie daisies.
The officer was then approached by her colleague, and the two engaged in a conversation from their respective vehicles through the window. The new officer inquired about the situation, prompting Officer Newman to explain that the woman she had pulled over had a suspended driver's license due to a previous incident involving failure to stop at a stop sign. The officer further clarified that being on private property, especially at a gas station, she couldn't take the woman out of her car and make an arrest. Generally, police officers can only arrest individuals for such offenses when they occur on public roads, not on private premises like a gas station.
Hey, buddy.
Yeah.
She's non-judgment suspended. But she's the only one in the car, so I can't let her drive off. I mean, I can let her sit right here until I leave. But she's on private property at this point. I can't make her get out of her car and tell her she can't drive it.
What?
I can't make her really get out of her car, I mean, if I'm not arresting her.
After Officer Newman finished her chat with her colleague, she remembered she had pulled over the woman. Still upset from the conversation, she decided to expedite the process. Despite acknowledging earlier that she couldn't remove the woman from the vehicle on private property, the officer approached and ordered her to step out. The woman, understandably confused, questioned the need to exit the car. Here, Officer Newman's demeanor took a turn for the worse. In an arrogant tone, she declared that she didn't need a reason for the order. She wanted the woman out, so she had to comply.
Let me go deal with her real quick, just a second.
I'll probably pull a case number.
Okay. Yep, thank you. Hey, Dawn. Miss Dawn. Hey. You want to step out here for me? Because I want you to. Because I'm going to talk to you.
I can't touch you right here.
No, I want you to step out.
I'd like to leave the vehicle because there's a reason why.
Yeah, I want you to step out.
But there's not a reason for me to
Because
step
I
out of the
told you to
vehicle.
step out, okay? So let's not, I want you to step out because I need you to step out, okay?
I need to have a reason to
You
step
don't
out.
have to. Where is it stating that you have to have a...
Back over your
Yeah,
feet.
come on. Get out. Get out of the car. I can't make her get out of her car. I just can't tell her she can't drive it.
What?
It's fascinating how some police officers, including Officer Newman here, sometimes act as if they're above the law. In reality, they don't have the authority for such actions. When the woman refused to exit the car, Officer Newman escalated the situation by threatening to break her window and forcibly remove her. But police officers are meant to ensure citizens' safety and foster a sense of security, right?
I can't make her really get out of her car, I mean, if I'm not arresting her. 11:59, Kim, I need another unit.
Morning, you en route?
Get out of the vehicle. I am not, I will break this window.
You need them 1018?
Despite the woman knowing her rights and choosing to stay in the car, Officer Newman grew increasingly frustrated. While the woman might have deserved a ticket for the traffic violation, the officer's anger escalated because her orders were being challenged. When a person questions a police officer's authority, things can quickly take a troubling turn. Just check out Officer Newman's transformation from a regular cop to an aggressive enforcer, struggling to cope with someone who wasn't blindly following her orders. The situation reached its low point when Officer Newman, unable to contain her anger, resorted to forcibly removing the woman from the car. This escalated to the point where she not only pulled the woman out, but also delivered a punch to her head, leaving her incapacitated on the ground.
Get out of the vehicle right now. Oh my God.
7196 delay.
Listen to me. I really don't want to break your window. I really don't. But when I tell you to get out of the vehicle, you are to get out of the vehicle. So get out of the vehicle.
118 is 23.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Stop sign.
Get out of the vehicle right now.
Just hit the damn front of the vehicle.
Get out of the vehicle. Get out of the... Get out! Right there! Get the... Out of my... Right now, get out. Get out of the... Get out!
In a scene that resembled a major crime operation rather than a response to a minor traffic offense, one of Officer Newman's colleagues rushed to her aid. Adding to the distressing nature of the incident, Officer Newman's colleague began threatening the woman. Despite the woman being handcuffed, the officer couldn't contain her anger, and she became even more aggressive. It's chilling to think about what might have happened if there weren't any cameras to document the event. As Officer Newman retreated to her car, her colleague approached and asked if she was okay. Strangely, the focus seemed to be on Officer Newman's well-being, while the woman, who was the injured one and in need of medical attention, was largely ignored.
Taser, taser, taser.
Get out!
Roll over now.
Get out! Dad! Come on, stop! Got him and fell.
Man. Hold on to her.
I put my shirt down.
Hey. You okay? You're all right. Sit tight. Okay. She hurt. She want or need medical attention. I'll ask her in a minute. Christy's fine. I got Christy. You go check on her. You okay?
I'm sorry.
It's all right. You're okay. Relax.
I just wanted her to step out the
I
car
know,
so I
I
could
know.
talk to her about her. We already discussed it.
Relax.
I'm so mad.
In a surprising turn of events, Officer Newman began to shed tears, possibly realizing the gravity of her actions. She likely sensed that her behavior was inexcusable and would not be swept under the rug. However, instead of reprimanding her, her colleagues offered consolation, assuring her that she did what was necessary. It's alarming how these officers seem to overlook the potential repercussions of their actions. Someone unable to control their ego when faced with a perceived lack of respect for their self-proclaimed authority might not be suited for this line of work. Officer Newman attempted to justify her actions by claiming she just wanted the woman to exit the car, conveniently ignoring the fact that she knew the woman shouldn't be compelled to do so on private property. She argued that she struck the woman while she was handcuffed because of alleged resistance, although the video evidence contradicts this claim, clearly showing that the woman was even having difficulty walking. The attempt to downplay her actions is evident, but the video speaks for itself. Unfortunately, Officer Newman only received a warning for this behavior, and 3 months later, she was awarded Officer of the Freaking Month. Can you believe it? I can. They're rotten to the core. She should have been fired, not awarded for her aggressive actions. I'm sure you'd agree.
18 Camden, go ahead and start me a squad for the suspect. I'm clear.
Good? I was coming.
I know. I don't know where that came from. Honestly, she would not get out of the car.
You do what you got to do, okay?
No,
She was non-compliant. You did what you had to do to get her.
I freaking heard her when She's in trouble.
You okay? Was she still resisting you in cuffs?
She kept saying for me to get away from her and stop. Yes, to me she was.
I mean, you can tase somebody in handcuffs if they're still
I didn't
resisting.
tase her. I went hands on her, and I kept saying, I don't want to break your window. Like, come on.
This man's just taking a walk with his rifle because, well, hey, it's America and it's legal in his state. Enter a cop, no introduction, just straight up demanding his ID. Now the man knows his rights and is not about to hand over his ID without a solid reason, citing that sweet Fourth Amendment protection. The cop starts firing off questions about the rifle, whose is it registered, but the man stands firm and shuts down the cop's interrogation.
Let me see your ID.
Am I being detained right now, officer?
Huh? Let me see your ID.
No, thank you.
What's that?
No, thank you.
No, thank you?
No, thank you.
Okay, why are you saying no, thank you?
I know it's my Fourth Amendment right. I don't have to show you my identification.
Okay, why are you walking down the road with a rifle?
Am I not allowed?
Why? I'm asking you a question. Why are you walking around with a rifle right now?
Why are you walking around with a weapon? Why is she walking
We're
around?
not going to play jokes, all right? We're working right now. So
Okay.
why are you walking around with a rifle?
I'm allowed. It's my constitutionally protected right.
That's your firearm?
Yes, it is.
Okay, registered to you?
I'm not going to answer any more questions,
Okay.
officer.
Okay. All right, well, yeah, go ahead and just check that real quick.
Just so you know, I don't consent to any searches or seizures of my firearm.
All right, that's good. That's good. We're not taking it anywhere. We'll just make sure it's not stolen. Make sure the weapon's clear.
The cop, persistent as ever, took another swing, wanting to know why the man was strolling around town with a rifle. But the man wasn't having any of it. His right to bear arms was crystal clear. Now, while the officer was off doing some checks, Officer Hernandez entered. Instead of diffusing the situation, she decided to crank it up a notch by keeping her rifle aimed at the man who was just minding his business. For some unknown reason, she decided that it was time to detain the man. Hold on, detained for what? No crime, no suspicion. Someone should have tossed Officer Hernandez the guidebook on the right way to handle these situations. Making people feel secure, not terrified, was supposed to be in her job description, right?
Why are you walking around with a rifle?
I'm not going to answer any more of your questions. What's your badge number, officer?
I don't have a badge number. If you can find one on there, let me know.
What's your name?
My name is Officer Rollins.
Officer Rollins. Can you spell that for me, please, sir?
Yeah, I will in a minute.
What's your name, ma'am?
It's right here.
Officer Young? What's your name, ma'am? Officer Hernandez, is that correct?
Oh, I'm glad you can read.
Wow, that was rude.
All right, stay here. I'll be right. You watch him for a second. Stay right there.
Am I being detained right now?
At the moment, yeah.
What crime have I committed?
No crimes have been committed at this point that we know of.
Are
Maybe
you-
your gun's stolen, I don't know.
Are you aware that I have to be committing a crime or you have to have reasonable suspicion that I committed a
Stop talking.
crime?
That'd be great.
It'd be great if you would just let me go. I didn't realize that I was in Nazi Germany.
Okay.
Back on the scene, the cop returned, dishing out a warning to the man for apparently causing alarm and disorder in the community. Officer Hernandez was ready to escalate things again. She ordered the man to take his hands out of his pockets, claiming she felt unsafe. Mind you, she's the one aiming a gun at him. It seems some officers still need a memo on their role as law enforcers, serving the people rather than expecting the people to serve their egos.
I'm going to call you Mr. Smith. Mr. Smith, as long as you understand that based on your behavior and your actions, you have caused alarm and disorder in the community, okay? We have checked. You have refused to identify yourself. That is fine. However, based on your future behavior from this point on, you may receive different contact, okay? Meaning that you may be detained and identified because you are causing additional alarm and disorder.
Sir,
You understand what I'm saying, sir?
I understand you just
Okay,
said you're going to
just
violate
so
my
you
Fourth
know.
Amendment right.
Just so you know, okay?
So here's
Have a
my,
nice day. You may pick up your firearm,
which you've
your
strewn my
magazine,
bullet all over
your
the
hat,
ground.
and you may leave, sir.
I really appreciate your service to this community, officer.
You're very welcome, sir.
And I appreciate you guys defending the oath you took to uphold the Constitution.
Thank you very much.
Thank
Have
you.
yourself a great day.
You wonderful people.
A man was just flexing his constitutional rights when a female officer rolled up, asking what he was up to and why he was pointing his camera at cars. Patiently, he explained that he was a journalist, focusing on the post office's inner workings, not trying to catch cars on tape. The female officer seemed to miss the memo on the journalist's right and insisted on seeing his ID. She claimed people were uneasy with the filming. Well, true, feelings matter, but that doesn't mean someone's rights go out the window because someone's feelings were hurt.
I want to stop and talk to you.
I appreciate that. No.
Yes, at the moment you are being detained.
For what crime?
I find out what's going on.
For what crime?
If you're looking in vehicles, I need to find out who you are.
For what crime?
What you're doing.
What crime am I being detained
I'm
for?
investigating.
That's not a crime. What
I'm
crime?
investigating.
Ma'am, what
You have
crime?
some ID with you.
No, ma'am, what crime? What crime am I being suspected of?
Right now, I don't know.
Exactly, so there's
But
no
if
reason to
you're looking at
detain.
vehicles and you're taking pictures, and you're inside taking pictures of...
All legal activities, ma'am.
What's that?
They're all legal activities.
Can I ask why?
I'm.
Let me talk to you first. What's your first name? Tell me that.
I'd rather not give that. Just
That's fine too. You're making everybody in there very uncomfortable.
Well,
and
that's.
you're going in there taking pictures of them.
I
You're
went
out
in.
here
I didn't
taking
go in there to
pictures
take
of their
pictures of
cars.
them. I went in there just to get pictures of the inside of the post office, and I grabbed the passport application while I was in there.
Okay. Why are you taking pictures of the inside of the post office?
It's part of what I'm working on.
Okay. Can you? Is that?
I'm
a big
working on
secret?
it. Yeah, right now it is. I'm working on a story on the post office. It'll be online. I'm hoping in about a week, whoever picks it up. You can just Google Claremore Post Office and it'll come up.
That's fair, but you're making everybody really uncomfortable, and now you're not wanting to talk to me. They're telling me you're looking in cars, so I'm gonna find out what's going on. I have a reason to find out.
They're going to
what's
tell
going
you
on.
that so they can get you out here.
Right.
The man patiently explained to the female officer that he was merely doing his job as a journalist. However, she attempted to twist the situation to her advantage, asserting that she was also on duty and had to fulfill her responsibilities. The issue was that she believed it was part of her job to discourage someone's activities. Activities, mind you, protected by the First Amendment. Every individual has the right to move around, take pictures, and record anything in public spaces, including the post office.
I've never been looking at any cars.
Good, and you can be on your way and do what you're doing. But I have a job to do.
I understand that.
It's not to give you a hard
But
time.
I also have a job to do and I have things to do. I don't have time to waste around here. I'm on my last pass and I'm out. I've already explained to them what I'm doing.
If the post office is calling, they have an issue with you.
I understand that, but I don't.
Reason to be here to
I don't care about their issue. This is a First Amendment protected activity. If they're uneasy, I'm sorry. I told them what I was doing.
Okay.
It doesn't get any simpler.
When you walk away from me, you don't want to talk to me. I'm here for a valid reason.
I don't-
I'm here for a legal reason.
I'm not
You don't
trying to
wanna
be.
talk to me.
I know. I'm not trying to be rude, but I don't have to talk to you, ma'am, and I don't want to. I have no, ma'am. I don't.
You were in there and they called me.
Okay. Yes, I went inside. That doesn't matter. It's a public place. It's perfectly legal.
And so you're okay with the fact that you made everybody very uncomfortable.
I don't. Yeah, actually I am because I told them there's nothing nefarious going on. It doesn't matter.
The female officer made another attempt to sway the situation in her favor. She claimed that she had been contacted by the post office regarding the man's filming activities. Even if this were true, she has no authority to prohibit him from filming the post office, as it remains a public property where he's allowed to record. However, it became evident that the female officer fabricated this claim, considering that just minutes ago, she was under the impression that the man was filming cars in the parking lot, not the post office. She insisted that she was in the midst of an investigation, so predictable, expressing suspicion that he intended to record the post office for potential criminal activities.
Okay.
There's-
Now, how am I supposed to know that? Now, just look at it from my point of view. I'm out here. I get a call about a guy, and it's okay that you're recording. That's fine. That happens to us all the
Sure.
time. I'm recording too, so we're good to go.
All right.
Okay? But I get a call about a guy who's in a post office taking pictures, who's out in the parking lot taking pictures, and is looking in cars.
Well,
So
that's
that makes
hearsay.
me
I
very
was not
uncomfortable.
looking at any vehicles.
Okay.
I wasn't even close
But
enough to
I'm
look at
telling
any
you that
vehicles.
I know that when I get here, you walk away from me. You don't want to talk to me.
No.
You don't want to tell me who you are. It makes me very suspicious of you.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry.
Okay. I need to see some ID from you.
No, ma'am. This is not a stop and ID state. Am I free to go?
No, you are not. I told you I'm detaining you until I find out what's going on here.
Okay, but you didn't tell me what crime. What crime do you suspect me of?
I'm That's what I'm trying to find out. If you're looking in cars,
Ma'am,
that makes me very suspicious.
You, in order to detain somebody, you have to have reasonable, articulable suspicion that a crime has been committed.
As soon as Dr. Russ gets here, we'll talk to the post office that who complained. We'll find out their side of the story as well. Until I find out what's going on, I'm doing an investigation now, and you're staying put.
The female officer refused to identify herself to the man, turning it into some sort of game and challenging him to guess her name before she would reveal it. However, she seemed to forget her obligation to introduce herself when asked by a citizen, as per the usual protocol. Conversely, the man had the right to remain anonymous. Granted, he hadn't committed any crime thanks to constitutional protections. The challenge remains, how can the actions of good cops be distinguished when the actions of the bad cops are still so prevalent?
And what is your name and badge number?
You give me your name, I'll give you mine.
No, ma'am.
I
understand that. I'm not a public official. You are duty bound to identify yourself. You are. So what is your name and badge number? What is your name and badge number?
I work for Claremore Police.
Okay, and you are Officer who? Okay, if you're not going to identify yourself to me, then you're not going to detain me. I'm going to be on my way because you're not an officer in my eyes.
I'm on the north side of the
So, what is your name and badge number? And what crime do you suspect you committed?
I'm investigating what you do.
That's not a crime. What crime do you suspect me of
We
committing?
go round and round, but
Okay, well.
How are you, sir?
Oh, I've had better days. You? Ask her. She thinks she's going to detain me. What crime do you suspect me of committing? You have to there is no disturbance. You have to articulate a crime. What is her name and badge number? She's refused to give it to me.
This man was peacefully enjoying his morning walk and recording the surroundings with all of his rights intact. However, a female officer took offense to his activities and demanded his identification. In addition to attempting to violate his right to remain anonymous in the absence of a crime, she also infringed on his freedom of speech by repeatedly telling him to be silent. It was evident that she believed she was above the law. Little did she know she encouraged a man well-versed in protecting his rights, who promptly put her back in her place.
Zip it. Zip it. That's it.
No, you don't speak to people.
I speak to what I want. I speak to what I want.
Continue to shout, I'm going to arrest you.
You infringe on my rights.
Okay, we can agree.
I know
to
you're
disagree,
dying to
but
arrest
you
me.
do not need to be rude and disrespectful.
I can be rude. You infringe
Stop
on my
shouting.
rights. You infringe on my rights. You shouting now.
Stop shouting.
Why are you shouting?
I'm not shouting.
Yes, you are shouting.
My voice isn't going.
Yes,
to
you are
yours.
shouting.
You're the only one shouting.
You're not looking good right now.
Jump in my car and do your form and I'll...
Yeah, jump in this car and do your form and zip it. Yeah. Your mistake.
Yes.
Your mistake. Under the circumstances, anybody would give up. Anybody would give up. Yeah. Thank you, because I know my rights. It's not going to happen, is it? You don't know your section. A minute ago when I said section 24, you did this smirk on your face like you know the laws. And now you made a mistake about section 1.
Copy of your set.
Silly joker.
There you go. Because it's obviously says refused because you didn't provide your details, but that's
What's the refuse? Oh, well, don't give you my details.
Have a good day, sir.
Get lost. Get lost right now. Have a good day, she says.
You can walk away.
Get lost. Seriously, I'm going to record everything and then I go. I haven't seen it. I just arrived. I haven't even started recording. Yeah, bye.
It's my police station.
Oh, Kurt, I've just noticed.